Right. So in the last session, we have discussed about what are all the different areas in context to the guideware billing part. So the guideware billing process is something which I have explained in the last session, wherein being into guideware billing, right? So when we perform a being a business analyst, because my focus is completely into the business analyst side, you know that. So as far as the guideware billing process is concerned as a business analyst, wherein in the last session we have discussed, but again, I'm just repeating for a few minutes, like wherein we have to provide some billing instructions to the system. At the same time, whatever the required scheduling we want to perform, either it can be creation of an account or need to assign the plans, because whatever the different plans relating to the billing part is concerned based on the request or a quotation we have forwarded to the customer. If customer is accepted, then plans will be processed. So when a customer is taking any kind of plans, there will be two. One is about direct plans where customer can directly contact the insurance company and they can get a quotation based on their requirement, or else they can uh, process to through the insurance broker or an agent, because there are differences agents as well as the brokers, because agents majorly works with an organization where they try to provide what are the policies they were uh, introducing this to the customer. But when it comes to the commercial agents, these people are associating with different insurance companies, different products they come up with. And when if there is any requirement customer has, they will compare and show the different products followed by the kind of services these products are providing, so that people will understand what requirement they have and which insurance product is rightly suitable. So when it comes to the billing part, again, we are kind of talking about assigning the plans, something we have discussed in the last session, followed by process of down payment, calculating the installments. If you want to calculate an installment, premium has to be calculated. When it comes to the premium calculation based upon the kind of risk that is involved, this is where generally underwriting come into picture. So next, talking about the commission part, I have given a high-level explanation over the commission, wherein we need to calculate how the commissions will be calculated. Either it is for the brokers as well as for the agents and all. Next, automation of disbursements. Next, invoice calculations, calculating the present as well as the future invoices when we are sending this to the customers, followed by policyholder services. Either it can be the previews and making changes, or if there is any kind of payment processing closure, right? So this part I have discussed in the last session. Today, I am talking about the billing plans. As far as the guideware billing is concerned, billing plans. First of all, we must be knowing about what are billing plans are all about, right? So these are the ones which majorly associated with the accounts, where normally to determine how the invoices are being sent to the customer, right? So at the same time, how automatic disbursements are being managed, how the payment requests are created. Everything that comes under the billing plans. When it comes to the functionalities of the billing plans are concerned, there are three major functionalities. One is about the plan order, followed by endpoints for planning, testing, and all, followed by multi-currency functionality with the plans. Because when it comes to the plans, as far as the payments are concerned, as far as the premium, currency can be anything. Okay, because it can be dollar, it can be in Indian rupee, right? So it can be of euro, right? So it can be of pound, right? So different currencies will be there. So multi-currency functionalities with the plan is something uh, one of the major functionality under the billing plans. But when it comes to the billing center process flow, because being a business analyst, when we are focusing more on the configuration side, because major work of either it can be billing, it can be policy center, or it can be claims. Generally, our focus is majorly on the business process flow. Understanding the flow process and making subsequent changes in between is something being a BA, we do it. You know that well. Because when it comes to the business process flow. Why is this required? Because we are configuring, assume that, for example, we have an existing billing system which using by the organization for a long time. Now they want to make some changes in the existing billing system, or they want to have some Guidewire billing. So when they wants to have Guidewire billing application as separate, so they need to understand about the business flow process, right? So what is the business process flow we have? And what are the different configurations that we have to make? Either it can be user interface like field level configurations, or it can be workflow level configurations. Everything we have to know. So when it comes to the business process flows, there are different types of plans will be there. Point number one. Second, we need to identify what are the different accounts that we are to be addressed with, and what are the different policies we have as far as the billing is concerned. These policies may be different lines of businesses we have, right? So it can be commercial lines, it can be personal lines, it can be inline marine, it can be property insurance. In this, it is personal property, commercial property, right? It can be compensation, workers' compensation. Right? Different plans we have. So plans has to be identified. What are the different policies we have, followed by the charges that are incurred for that, and what are the invoices that we are creating, followed by the payments and distribution. So this is a business flow from the billing center point of view. Being a business analyst, we know, right? So the detailed part I'm going to explain in the next session. When I'm conducting in the next weekend session, I'm going to explain you how the business process flow for billing center will be explained in detail. Because the one which I'm explaining you in a high level note, right? What are the different business type of plans we have and all that. So how the steps will be taken and how to identify that. This is something which I'll be explaining in a workflow process, as this way you can see, right? So in this way I'll explain to you so that you guys will understand better. This way generally business flows comes into existence. Next one, we must be knowing about the producer, right? So who is a producer? Because especially in property and casualty insurance domain, when we are learning, it's nothing to do with Guidewire or any other application. But normally when we are working for property and casualty insurance domain, there are different jargons and terminologies you must be knowing. Something like insurer, something like delinquency, right? So something like indemnity, something like producer, right? So different jargons and terminologies you need to know. As far as the producer itself is concerned, producer is a third party entity which majorly connects with the policy holders and as well as the insurers. Policy holder, nothing but customer, right? So connect with the policy holders with insurance. This is where generally producers comes into picture. As far as the billing center is concerned, there are different features to be understood, because being a BA, when we are approaching or when we are getting trained under billing center application or billing center, as far as the Guidewire or property casualty insurance is concerned, we need to identify the business situation. From there, the business problem, what they have, what kind of business solution are you going to provide, and to provide the business solution, what are the required features that are needed, what are the functional and non-functional requirements. Everything comes into picture. In regard to that, we need to know about what are the different features that are involved. Normally, features will be classified into three parts. One is about the commission plans, second about the commission overrides, followed by the commission payments. These are the three in context to the commissioning part I'm talking about. I'm talking about the commissioning side, features relating to the commissioning, because when it comes to the producer and all, these producers are the one. So the producers and as well as commissioning, how this can be managed in the billing center, we must be known. So commissioning plans, nothing but how commission is being processed for a group of producers who are provided services. Okay, so who are provided services and who acts as a third party entity between insurance company and policy holders, right? So either it can be brokers, it can be agents, right? So these are all comes under so group of producers, how commissioning is processed, and what are the different commissioning plans we have. So plan structure, rating structure will be as separate, because whatever the commissioning are we going to provide and how are we going to calculate the commission. So those are all anyway the detailed part, so that I'll be explaining. in coming this thing, right? So because this is in high level overview I'm giving, right? So commissioning plans majorly focusing on how commission is processed for a group of producers, etc. Next, when it comes to the commission overrides, this is something nothing but a default commissioning rate from a commissioning rate where any kind of new commission rate or with a flat commission amount and all. That's what we call it as commission override. Third one is about the commission payments, means what are the payments that are being sent from billing center to the producer for commissioning that are required for them to earn based on the customers they have required for a particular insurance product. Because against to the premium a customer has paid, on that commission will be given to the producers. Okay, so commissioning payments is nothing but the one which payments are being sent from billing center to producers. So this is an overall understanding over the what exactly the functionalities being a BA you need to understand from the billing plans and how the billing lifecycle business flow is all about. And when it comes to the billing center point of view, when it comes to the understanding over the producers and as well as commissioning, how this can be managed using BC, what features that we are involved, either it can be commission plans, overrides, and payments all about. And the next session, I'm going to explain you about the business flow from the billing center, detailed business flow, so that you guys will understand. And I have already given a case study earlier. I think some of the people have done, right? Some people were not done the assignment so far. Please do send me an email so that I will see in the next session. I will review and I'll give you the recommendations. Based on that, I'll discuss about the detailed part of it. Okay.